Hi friends, welcome back to another video. As you can see from this title, today I'm going to share with you my experience. So I'm going to talk about living here in Brazil as an expat, life in Brazil in the eyes of a foreigner. So, just a little backstory. I have been living in Brazil for 5 years. I am temporarily here. I moved here in 2018 and I am planning on leaving here pretty soon, actually. However, I have had a very interesting experience living in Brazil and I'm about to share some of the pros with you. So stick around. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great videos and let's get into it. Great. So, first and foremost, I must say that my experience living in Brazil is quite different from what is portrayed to us by the media. I want everyone to understand this that the insight that the media displays or what you might think or understand about Brazil based on what you've seen on TV or read, it's not the same Brazil that I know from my experience. We know two different Brazils, okay? Obviously. My experience, besides the hiccups, has been quite amazing, and I do love it here. Today, I'm going to share with you the Brazil that I know and I have come to love in my 5+ years living here. So, in this video, we will focus on the pros. I will make another video on the cons, just so that this video is not too long. Okay, great. So, number one on my list as to what I love about Brazil, the Brazilian people. The Brazilian people, personally, I would say that they are the most warmest, kindest, friendliest, sweetest people I have ever encountered. Very selfless and giving, just amazing people that I have ever met in my entire life. And yes, I have lived other places before, but with the media perceptions and everyone's belief, I was expecting to come and meet very horrible people, and that wasn't the case. Yes, of course, there are people like every other place who would want to take advantage of you, but on a whole, Brazilians are very nice people, very friendly and open people. This is a very important pro. That is why I say get you some good Brazilian friends. They will help you, and without them, I personally do not believe that my experience in Brazil would be this good. Plus, everywhere I go, I meet really great people. All right, number two. Another pro living in Brazil is that Brazil is massive. And if you were to be living here for years and you want to travel, you can just choose a different state. So, or a different region. So, there are 5 regions here in Brazil. You can decide to visit a state within a specific region for your vacation without actually flying outside, leaving Brazil entirely. And the thing about it is pretty cool is that every state is so unique. You will get a different experience in each state you visit. With that being said, this takes me to my next pro. Since Brazil is this big and it's very populated, it's 214 plus million people live here, you don't have to leave for many services. You don't have to go outside of Brazil to apply for specific visas for entry to other countries. There are consulates within Brazil for basically practically all the countries in the world. And you can go either to Brasilia, São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and there is a consulate there. So this is very, very interesting because in my country, for specific visas, we have to fly out to get these visas. So getting your travel visas, I think the procedure is very easy within Brazil. In addition, Brazil has all of the big companies where you have TikTok, Facebook, Amazon, Uber, you name it. You can find all the big companies in São Paulo. São Paulo is the most populous city in the Americas and largest economy by GDP in Latin America. So there you have it. Another pro of living in Brazil is the nature. If you like nature, Brazil is full of nature. Beautiful beaches, lakes, forests, waterfalls. It's really amazing, and I think that if you're a nature person, an outdoorsy person, an adventurous person, Brazil will satisfy your needs and desires. I truly believe so. So let's talk about money. Now, if you're planning on working in Brazil, I have a little bit of a tip for you, I think, that you should, take note. So if you're planning on working in Brazil and you're working for a Brazilian company under the regular employment agreement that they have here, because there are different ways you can work, right? You can work as an employee where you are actually employed with the company, or a service provider, which is an entrepreneur technically, amongst others, right? So basically, if you're an employee, then a regular employee, then you're entitled to a 13th salary at the end of December. So basically, you get 2 salaries in December. This is great because not many countries have this law, and this is governed by Brazilian law. Your company should pay you that 13th salary. I believe that you should inquire, especially in your interviews. If you're interviewing for a Brazilian company, you could ask them if this is something that they are offering in your package. Be smart, proactive, and also find out more if this interests you. One of the things that I really love about Brazil is that it is really easy to open a business as a micro entrepreneur here. It's called MEI, so you could look into it, and it's rather easy, and I think it's very opening and favorable for people who are interested in owning their business, but would like to start small, or even not, just owning a business, whether it's a small size or or a fairly large size. It's really favorable and very opening. I believe they make it possible for everyone to be employed, and I believe that this is a wonderful avenue that many other countries can adapt. So this is my 6th pro. Let's go on to pro number 7. Okay, great. So I will talk about the cuisine in this pro, but it depends. The cuisine can also be a con. I do have it in my next video where I talk about the cons, because quite frankly, it depends on the person and what they favor. Hence, the cuisine might be a con or it might be a pro. So the types of food that are here in Brazil, like pamonha, açaí, there are different types of food that I've really come to love. I really do truly like the cuisine here. And I love pamonha, açaí, tapioca, pão de queijo. These are some of the typical Brazilian foods that I really enjoy. And if you love coffee, say no more. Brazil got your back on that. So they have really great coffee here, and I truly enjoy that as well. But not to everyone, I guess, to each his own. That might be a con for some people. Another pro is the public education, right? I believe the public education, from my experience, personal experience, it is one of the best. I really, really appreciated the classes I took at the university. Brazil has a very good public education, in my opinion, as well as they have a good public health. Of course, it may not be to everyone's liking. I understand that. But depending on what you're looking for, but if you like to take your children into the public education system, I think you will get a good service, and that's just my opinion. I believe this pro is for the beauty lovers, okay? And I am one of them as well. So if you love beauty and cosmetics, and if you are into this kind of thing, Brazil is your place, okay? Come here. All right, but I'm just kidding. But on a real, Brazil and beauty goes hand in hand. Here we have big companies with many different brands. So anything you want, you can have, whether it is plastic surgery, whatever, Brazil got your back. So whatever you're interested in, you can find it in the land of Brazil. So friends, this comes to the end of my video. I know there are several more pros that I can share with you, such as the carnival, football, you have it. But I wanted to, keep this video very short and share some specifics that I think that you may not be aware of that makes Brazil so awesome. So I would like to remind you, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it was helpful to you. Also look out for the cons. I would have this video up shortly. Another thing is that yes, there are some pros that might be cons, for example, the language. At the end of the day, getting there might not be very pleasant, but at the end, the language, if you stay here long enough, you would be bilingual if this is your, if you already don't have a second language. So, great. Thanks again, guys, for being here. I see you in the next video. Until next time, bye bye.